do this video.
Okay, yeah. Yes, it is. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
I'm gonna backtrack. Let's do this one.
Okay, guys, this is Pierre and Michelle Mommy. Let me say hi. And this is, say hi.
So that was Michelle and Pierre. They just got in a new apartment, 7 months old, and their parents from California, who we had such an amazing time 2 years ago in Israel. So it was so great seeing them. She's like, Odetta, no, you got to come upstairs. Come up and say hi to mom and dad. And I was like, oh my God, it was so crazy. But the reason why I went there was to pick up. Let me show you guys.
Hey, y'all. And guess what I got? The number one beast from the east, and the number one Everest. Woo! The number one Everest top broker in WFG earned a laptop, a touchscreen laptop, because I won the Everest contest. Yes. Thank you so much, Everest. Love and appreciate you guys. We love your products, and I cannot wait to go on stage for the symposium, because y'all already know Everest all the way up. Thank you so much for my touchscreen, brand new laptop, and I'm gonna unveil it and show you guys.
Okay, so if I can find, where is it? Okay, so I can't find my stuff. I guess my laptop hasn't synced yet with my iPhone. So long story short, November, we launched a contest, right? In November to remember, to get everyone running. And it was our base shop, Pierre Michelle base shop, Aaron base shop, and Angel base shop. So it was an East Coast thing, right? We were competing against each other. And we had to do a total of minimum 30 Everest apps. So everyone was pushing to get these 30 apps, because that was the minimum criteria as a whole for the East Coast. And if I can find it, let me see, maybe I could go to my text message and pull up so you guys can see. As we were running for this contest, every week as we were putting apps in, right? Everest, so it wasn't like we were tallying it up, right? So this is what the flyer was like. It was called November to Remember. It was a giveaway. And every so often, Everest, you guys know, they're always doing something, because we're such a big advocacy for making sure that everyone gets an Everest with whatever product we're selling or helping a family with. So we had to do a minimum of 30 apps. And then every week as we would submit applications, Michael with Everest, who heads over, sees our region, he would send us the numbers. So it was exciting. Every week we had all hands on deck, focusing on just getting these apps in. And Michelle and Chantel, if you guys know Chantel, she's like amazing balls. She's like so hands-on. She's very admin. She does the flyer. She's like you, Vern. She did everything, and she was keeping us on track. So these were the numbers, right? So Michelle team brought in 11.5. So the 0.5 is half, right? So which means it was split. Pops won the iPad for Michelle team. Aaron team came in so low that they didn't even they didn't even do anything. So they just got knocked out because the numbers were just too low. And then of course, my base shop, as always, every year we're on the board. So we brought in 11 apps. And so there's the total. And then as you can see, each person, how many they contributed. So if you see a half, that's because it would split. So the good thing is that, yes, we brought it home for the team. But as a leader, I'm always looking at what can I do to elevate my team to get them to rise and become independent. So I was telling some of you leaders that even though we won, looking at this report tells me that my base shop is very reliant on me, right? I need to have more people who are stepping up. And Everest is such an easy product. Like that's the easiest product out of all of our products. So very happy that we brought it. So because it was such a good run, you guys decided that you want to do it also, right? You want to do it also. So I think if Usha is still not ready, I'm going to kick it off. Tonight is going to be super amazing. I wanted to make sure that everybody's on because this is our last training for the week on a Tuesday night. And we're actually going to be plateauing. As Rich Tolley said, the last month of 2022 is really the first month of 2023. So when everybody's waiting for January 1st, mentally, we're already in January. The minute we left that retreat, we were like already in January based on what we learned and what we're going to be rolling out. So we're not waiting for January 1st to do what we're doing. We're doing it right now. So this is the last, right? This is the last installment that we're going to go over. And let me share my screen. Right, how to increase production. So the timing was perfect with this whole Everest contest, because again, when people come into this business, we're going to show you the progression. Yes, the first thing is we want people to become licensed, right? No license, you cannot help anybody. So how to increase production per license? Because now you got the license, right? So what are you doing with this license? Are you just like, how are you going to use it, right? So when it comes to activities, and you guys can put this in the chat, which of these 3 activities are the most important to sales? Do you think prospecting is more important? Do you think presenting is most important, or closing? Put in the chat, out of these 3, which is the most important? I'm seeing closing. Okay. What else? Just closing. So everyone agree closing is the most important activity? All right. So only closing I see. Well, believe it or not, that's what I taught too, right? Because we always hear closing is helping. That's what I taught too. Okay, Andrea, you got to choose one, Andrea, one. Which is the most important?
Presentation is one. I think it's really good at the way how you present the sales.
You got it, Andrea. So here's why. When we did this exercise, for one, I'm a salesperson. So I'm like, closing, I'm going for the close. I'm closing everybody because I was taught closing is helping. You got to always be closing. But then we learned a different way. You can't close somebody if you didn't prospect them. And if you didn't prospect them, how are you going to present to them? So when you look at it this way, yes, we got to prospect. Yes, we got to close. But if we say closing is most important, who you're closing if you didn't prospect anybody? If you say prospecting is important, yes, we got to prospect people. But if you prospect people and you don't know how to talk to them, you don't know how to present to them, we're back to square one. You could have a lot of people in your pipeline. You could reach people. Yeah, thanks. You could reach people every day by, going to the supermarket, grocery store, going about your business. You could prospect them and you're going to have a list of numbers, but can you present to them? Can you sell them the dream? Can you talk about our mission? Right? So presenting is the most important out of all of these 3. Because if you know how to present, if you know how to sell the dream, if you know how to articulate our crusade, what we do for families, it doesn't matter. You're going to be happy to prospect people because you could talk to people. And if you know how to present, you're going to close people. So can we all agree that the most important out of all three of these, now that you see it with a different pair of lens, because I too first thought it had to be closing, like I'm always closing somebody, but he's like, who you gonna close if you didn't prospect them? Or yeah, you might be good in closing, but you got to be better at presenting. So now that we agree that presenting is the most important out of the three, my question to you guys is, are you willing to work as hard as you can on your presentation skills forever, not just for today, not just for a lunchtime, but for a lifetime? Because this business, I say it all the time, and I need to coin that phrase. The more you learn, the more you're gonna earn. So we gotta be constantly learning. We gotta be constantly perfecting our presentation skills forever. So you can have anything you want for the rest of your life because you know how to present. And if you know how to present, you're going to be happy to prospect people. And if you know how to present by default, you're going to be closing these people. So I hope you are recording this stuff because I'm really going in tonight. I'm going to be watching this back like 500 times myself because it's that good, right? So the question is, do you know how to present? Most of you on this call right now, do you know how to present? Have you practiced your presentations? How many field trainings have you gone on? Guys, I say it all the time. On WFG stage, all the time. I've gone on countless field training in the beginning by default because I was hungry to learn. By default, right? I remember when Johnny said, Odetta, you know enough. Just go do the goddamn appointment by yourself. I was like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it by myself. Like, I still want more training. And I was pushed off the ledge. When I say pushed off the ledge, when I would call Michelle, when I would call Aaron, when I would call Pierre, when I would call Angel, and everybody's busy, I had no choice to go on my own. But I had so much field presentation and I still didn't want to go on my own. You know why? Because I got to see every time I went on the field training with one of them, I was learning. I got to see presentation to a doctor. I got to see presentation with a lawyer. I got to see presentation with a nurse. I got to see presentation with a mom. I got to see presentation with couples. I got to see every interaction, people with a lot of money, people with no money. I saw it all. I went on massive field training and it bettered my presentation skills because Aaron is a beast at objection. You throw anything in front of him, he would eat it up. I learned that from him. Then Michelle, she's tactical. I learned that from her, right? So I went on a lot of presentation field training. Are you willing to do that? Most people, they come here and they start watching the money in the beginning. For me, I understood early on, once I learned this stuff, people will be eating out of the palm of my hand. They'll have no choice but to come to me. So let me learn now. So for the rest of my career, I'm going to be the one teaching this. People don't think like that. They think the opposite. They think about getting the money now. No, I wasn't counting the money now. Aaron, when I would go on an appointment with him, he would tell me, well, Dad, look how much money you just made. And I was like, that's good. But I wasn't concerned about the money. The money was great, but I wanted to keep learning. Two, If you don't know how to present, who's going to buy from you? Who are you going to lead? So I showed you guys the Everest chart, the Everest contest. My name was on every person application in my team. If you don't know how to present, who's going to buy from you? If you don't know how to present, who are you going to lead? Because if you know, they got to come to you, right? If you know, they got to come to you, whether they like you or not, because you know the information. So it's about learning this information. Number 3, this is a game changer. Now, when I do my presentation, and this is why I'm always going to be a student of this business, I'm always going to sit at my mentor's foot, and I'm always seeking knowledge. Because I learned this recently. Number 3 wasn't even from RT. Number 3 was Ken and I. Ken did something on, Ken started following some people on Facebook, and he was reposting their stuff. And the person reached out to him. And Ken said, Odetta, I'm jumping on this presentation. I want to see what they're doing. Come on with me. And I was like, well, I got training. I can't do it right now. He's like, no, just listen in. So I came on, and I ended up taking over the thing. I ended up taking over the people presentation that they want to recruit me to be part of their organization. I was just on there to listen. Now, this company, I'm not going to mention their name. When he showed me their compensation, this gentleman has 300 and something licensed agents, and he still has not made 6-figure in that company. And I'm like, you got over 300 licenses. I only got 30. Nah, to me, it already clicked. But I learned some stuff from going on that webinar. What did I learn? Number 3. Our 3 rules of money now, guess what? I'm going to do it different. He said, and what I like, how they started, because they did a presentation to us, the same IUL, because they do what we do too, but we have more products. All they do is IUL and annuity. That's it, nothing else, IUL and annuity. So when they presented their IUL to us, with some of the same companies that are on our platform, they started off with the problem. And the guy is seasoned. He's seasoned too. He has more years than me. I think he's been there for 10 years. And he said, Odetta, you always want to start with the problem first, so people can realize they have a problem. And this, what we're showing them, is the solution to their problem. So for 3 rules of money, if we're doing an account presentation, start with the problem first. Every one of us, if you don't know it, you're about to know it now. There are 3 major risks to life. 3 major risks. All of us, every one of us, everybody in life, there's 3 major risks. The first one is illness. We cannot avoid it. We're going to get sick. We're going to get sick, right? And what are the 3 major illness right now? Google it. Every couple of seconds, heart attack, cancer, stroke, someone is being diagnosed. But guess what? Out of those statistics, 30% are not dying. They're still alive. But now they're going bankrupt. Bankruptcy is the #1 reason why people are going broke in America and filing for bankruptcy. And that is coming directly from illness. And when y'all come to the convention, Dr. Fombo and his team and Levi, they're going to go in on this stuff. They're going to go in on this stuff. From now on, when I'm talking to people about IUL, yeah, the cash value is great, but I'm leading with these 3 problems. I'm going to lead with these 3 major risks. You're going to get sick. So if you get sick, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or any major illness, I don't care how much money you got, because statistics show we're going to go bankrupt, because cancer alone will wipe out your entire life savings in under 2 years. So that's one risk. The second risk, what if you live too long? What if you live too long? Right? Google it. What's the average 401k balance for people that are in their 60s? It is under 220,000. So if you live too long, you got your little pension, you got your little Social Security, and you got your 220, or let's say 300,000, which is a 401k or a taxable account. If you live too long, we don't have to look around. We see people older still working when they should have been retired, or some of them are retired and they're going back out to work partially. So this is the other thread. If you live too long, do you have enough money? Do you have enough savings? How many people are even getting a pension? Not a lot of companies are offering pension. Hence, you got to keep working. But what if you die too soon? Google it again. If you Google the word GoFundMe, the word GoFundMe is associated with debt, people begging for money. So that clearly tells us most people are not prepared financially. We all know somebody who passed away and they're begging for money. I saw that again last week on Facebook. So when you lead with these three problems, we want to disrupt people. We want to make sure people are starting to think, oh my God, do I have enough money if I get sick? Do I have enough money? Or do I have enough money for my savings, my retirement? What if I live until 100? Or, oh my God, if I pass away today, what's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to my kids? You got to disrupt them, because now the IUL can help you with these things. The IUL has living benefits. So if you take out $1 million policy or a $2 million policy, number one, you ain't going to be talking about no 100,000 and 200,000 no more. You talking in the millions, right? Because again, the living benefit is what you're going to sell to offset the illness. And now if you live too long, again, you got to fund this sucker. You got to overfund this stuff. You know, after this presentation, I called Transamerica and I had them run enforced policies for my 3 IUL. And now when I speak to clients about IUL, I'm going to go in different. People got to put more money into this stuff. If they can't afford it right now, the idea is, even when you get approved for whatever it is, you got to want to put more money, right? So the way I'm going to run it now and show it to people, you want to put more money, because what if you live until age 100, right? And yeah, if you die too soon and you got kids, hey, if you got $1 million policy, they're going to be good. They ain't going to be crying for long, right? I say it all the time. My mom is not going to cry for long. She's going to go on a lovely cruise. So this, again, is your presentation skills. You got to do better at presenting your presentation. Now, that's for accounts. What about for recruiting? Again, lead with the problem. Lead with the problem. You're doing a recruiting presentation. What are the 3 major reasons why people need to make more money? Why do you need to make more money? Well, 3 major reasons. Google it. Why are people homeless? Why are people homeless? Google the statistics. Reasons for homelessness are housing costs. We see it right now. Nobody can dispute inflation. Everybody's feeling it. You paying more and your income has not even increased. Taxes absolutely will continue to rise. So you could be homeless. Like, that hit me when he said it. Like, I might be doing good, but if I don't stay on my A game with my coins, I could be homeless. Like in America, anything is possible. We've seen millionaires and billionaires rise and fall because of bad money management. Why you need to make more money? Because you could lose your goddamn job. We can all lose our job. And as a matter of fact, if you have one job or one income, that is really, really, really too close. That's being too close to being broke. That's being too close to being homeless. So you got to make more money. Lead with the problem, right? What's another reason why people are homeless? Family issues. You don't get along with people. You want to move out the house. Now you're gonna living in your car. Or domestic abuse. Domestic abuse. I called my neighbor yesterday. She saw me post on my WhatsApp status the 5K savings challenge. I said, good, let's do it. I put her in the group, get her set up. Then she realized that, oh my God, I have to take money from my bank account, and I have a joint bank account with my husband, and I can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do that? Don't you have your own bank account? She's like, no, that I don't have my, I said, no, we got to fix this. You need to have your own bank account. She is afraid to take money out of the joint account with her husband because she's experiencing some of this domestic abuse. She has to go ask him for her own money that when she works and gets deposited into that account. So I'm talking to her about setting up her own bank account. He doesn't need to know. Everybody needs to have their own bank account. I don't care if you have the best relationship, get your own bank account. And then yes, have a joint account for the house, for bills or whatever. So divorce and domestic abuse. And then of course, mental health, right? Mental health is huge. But if you also Google mental health, some of it is attributed to finance. Some people can't take stress. They lose their job. They want to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, right? So do you think people need to make more money? Of course. Lead with the problem. So, yes, you got to sell the dream. We're going to keep hearing about this because this is going to be huge for 2023. Sell the dream. Reactivate non-licensed people, right? So currently my base shop has 26, right? But only 9 of them are actively producing. So how you got a license, but you're not really working your license, right? So we got to activate and resell these people on the dream. Because the goal is for every licensed agent to make money. Isn't that the reason why you signed up to do this business? To help yourself? But you got a license that has unlimited income potential and you're not using it, right? So the goal is to make money using your license. Go help a family or help your own family. Floyd right now, he's helping his own family, not even strangers. He's just in his own family, making sure everybody's connected, right? So minimum with your license, you want to do $350 per month. And if you do $350 in savings per month, let's say an IUL or IUL a term or whatever, $350, that's about $1,300 cash flow. One account, right? One IUL 350, 1,300 cash flow. You got to do more account presentations. How do we increase our production? We got to do more account presentation. So 10-6-3-1, if you contact 10 people, 6 of them will say, yes, I'll come on a Zoom. I'll talk to you. I'll set up an appointment. Out of the 6 that you set up an appointment, 3 are going to show up. 1 is going to say yes. Because the 3 that actually do show up, listen, when I first started this business and people said no, I was like, what? You said no to this? Oh, but guess what? I understood it's a numbers game. You talk to 10 people, you invite 10 people, 6 are going to say, yeah, Odetta, I'll come on a Zoom. But guess what? Life is going to happen. 3 is going to show up. Life is going to happen again. 1 is going to say yes. Because automatically, and let me break it down for you, you talk to 10 people, 6 are going to show up. Because why? Not everybody's going to say yes. Not everybody's going to say no. Now you got the 6 that said yes. Life is going to happen. Oh, I got to work late. Oh, my kids are acting up. Oh, the rain falling. Oh, I don't feel good. 3 are going to show up. Doesn't matter. 3 are going to show up. Now, out of those 3, 1 person, there might be like my neighbor. Hey, I got to talk to my husband. We got to join to come on. I can't do anything without his consent. Or I got to talk to my wife. She's the one that makes all the decision. Okay. Somebody got to talk to somebody. And there's going to be somebody who want to think about it. Because some people, they're like that. They don't jump right away. It sounds good, but they want to do their research. They want to think about it. And that's okay. And you're going to get 1 person who's going to say, you know what? This makes sense. I like it. Let's go. So as you do your presentation and you get the no's or you get the maybes, rub it off your shoulder. It's supposed to happen. If you have a dollar store, not everybody coming to your dollar store is going to buy from you. Some people are going to price around. They're going to shop around. They're just checking it out. They're just browsing. And some are going to say, I like it, but I don't have the money. Let me come back. And some are going to buy. It's business. Business. Don't be crying, right? Number 3 rule the money with an F&A. If you do not know what an F&A is or a PFS, this is why you want to learn this business, right? So some of us that are more senior, we could probably get away with just doing a presentation and not having to do an F&A or a PFS. Some others, depending on who the client is, you may have to do a PFS or F&A. And or you may just get away with a dime. So can somebody mute the line? Somebody's not muted. So one of the things that the guy said to us when he was doing his IUL presentation to us, because we were checking him out to see how they do it, and it was him and his wife. So they said, y'all got any questions for us? And I said, yeah. I said, do you always do a F&A? Do you do a presentation? Like, how do you close these people? What do you do after you're done with your presentation? And pretty much he said the same thing. Sometimes they could get away with not doing F&A, or sometimes they just go the dime method route, because with the dime method route, people don't want to always be disclosing specifics. So if you get their dime from that, you could pretty much offer a solution. Number 4, how to increase your production. Close bigger. Have multiple accounts. Do a trifecta, a term with an IUL, an FIA, with an Everest. Give multiple accounts. Statistics shows that if an agent is servicing a family or is helping a family and they have multiple accounts with them, it is going to be very hard for that person to cancel because they got a lot of stuff for them. An insurance company are a genius at doing this. This is why they have life insurance, they have car insurance, they have pet insurance, they have homeowners insurance. So when we lock you in, we got your house, we got your pet, we got your health, we got a couple of things with you. So you're not really going to want to go anywhere, right? And also closing bigger. I don't want to do no $100 account. I don't want to do no 150 account. I want to be in the 1,000 and up. I want to be in the 500 and up. But guess what? In the beginning, I couldn't think like that, or I couldn't even do that. I was happy with $100 account, right? But as you grow in this business, or depending on the clientele that you're going to sit with, like they're not going to be talking to $100 business, $100 maybe for their grandkids, right? Number 5, do more rollover annuity. Now that's where the big money is, right? Because if you're getting some of these $500,000, $250,000, 400,000 rollovers, that's a game changer. Like one of that alone is like an annual income for most people. We make that in a month. So find more rollovers, opportunities. Number 6, max fund or lump sum the IUL. So this is all going to be illustration. If you don't know illustration, if you don't know how to design an illustration, there is no way you're going to even know how to design a proper illustration showing max fund or lump sum, so the client will want to move things around to put more money there. So I'm going to give you another example. One of the girls in my saving challenge, I met her through another friend that I helped, and she posts my stuff in her WhatsApp group. And this girl reached out to me, got her IUL, got her daughter living IUL, but I planted the seed. I said, hey, we're going to move your whole life, which is pathetic, right? Once I showed her the numbers and I showed her our numbers, she's had that policy for like 6 years and don't even have $1,000 there that grew in the cash value, right? With MetLife. So we rolled that over into an IUL. But then when I said to her, listen, you have other money. So supposed to leaving the money in the bank, earning nothing. Livy is only 5. She ain't gonna need money for a long time. Let's take some of that money and lump sum your IUL. So she remembered that conversation. I'm so busy that I didn't even get a chance to follow up with her, that she called me 2 days ago. And she's like, Odetta, I have $1,000 I want to dump in Livy IUL. I was like, okay. We called Transamerica today, got my girl Caroline on the line, lump sum, bada boom, bada bam, done. That's going to come out this week, right? So sometimes when you're talking to clients right there and then, some people will say, yes, let me do the lump sum right away. And some people will say, okay, you know what, let me wait until I get approved. Then I'm going to move some money around. But you got to have those conversations, because guys, it is pathetic if we're just having people do 100, 200 forever, right? Number 7, internal consumption. So what is internal consumption? I'm a big advocacy that everybody who comes into WFG, you gotta own a product. You cannot sell shoes barefoot. You cannot sell weave if you don't wear a weave. You cannot sell wigs if you don't wear wigs. So how are you going to tell people to get an IUL and you don't have an IUL with the company that you with? Internal consumption. You got to join WFG. You got to own WFG, and you share WFG. Join, own, share. So you first own it. And because I first own my IUL, I understand inside out from a client perspective first, then an agent. Because when I look at my own IUL, I'm thinking of my client. The same thing that I want for myself, I know my clients are going to want for themselves too, which is nothing but the best, right? So you got to own the product. Every business partner that comes here, even if they say, Odetta, I don't have money right now, trial app, right? Or get you an Everest or a term or something. You got to own something. And once you start making money, you could have multiple accounts, or you could increase whatever you have. So one of the trainings that I was on, and I think Johnny was the one, or somebody in his team mentioned it, we had recruited a guy. He was with the company for about less than 6 months. He didn't get a product, and he passed away. And his mom tore us up. When I say us, not me personally, but we're part of WFG. She tore us up. She blamed us. How are you sending my son to go help people and y'all didn't help him? We're going and save people, but we're not saving ourselves. No, you got to own this stuff. And Jerica said it best in this week's training: convince people. So because I own several IUL, I'm already sold. I drank all the Kool-Aid. I know it's the best thing. I know when I'm 65, I got 3 other places to pull money from. Internal consumption. right? You got to own this stuff. Number 8, work on your prospect list. Recruit to accounts and clients. That's just you constantly prospecting, talking to people, adding people to your list, and stay in the right markets. So what is the right market? We've all heard it, or some of you probably have not, macho. Can anybody type in the chat, what is macho? What does macho stand for? What's the acronym? What is the acronym macho stand for? Put it in the chat. Let me see. Who knows what macho stand for? Nobody knows what macho stand for? Okay. Married, age, children, homeowner, occupation. Yeah. Stay in the right market. People who are married, they tend to be more responsible. People who are over the age of 25, hopefully they're a little bit more responsible. You got kids, you better be responsible, right? You're a homeowner, oh yeah, you are definitely responsible. You had to go through all that stuff to buy that house and got to pay a mortgage every month, you better be responsible. And if you're going to your job every day, right? They're probably giving you what they're giving everybody else, a good old 401k, IRA, 403b, whatever, right? Find those people who are married, people who are over the age of 25, they got kids, they're a homeowner, and they got a job. So let's see how we could have solutions or product for them. If you're married, hey, if something happened to you, wouldn't you want to make sure your wife and the kids are good? Get you some protection, right? If you got kids, same thing. Start saving for your kids from birth. That's another thing most people are not attuned to hearing. Oh, they start saving when they're like 5 years away from college. No, from birth, right? Birth. Start saving from birth. And if you're a homeowner, well, you better protect that mortgage, because if you drop dead, who's paying the mortgage? They're going to have to give up the house. We're not building any legacy. And if you have a job, well, we know what your job is giving you. We already know what the job is giving you. So guess what? We could show you another option, right? Now, macho or STEAM. So what is STEAM? Let me hear. Does anybody know what is STEAM? What does the acronym STEAM stand for? Staying in the right market, right? You got to stay in the right market. What does STEAM stand for? Okay, I guess no one knows. All right, y'all learning tonight. So, STEAM, sales. Salespeople are awesome for this business. I'm a product of it. Usher's a product of it. We're salespeople. T for teachers. Teachers like to teach. This is perfect. Find you some teachers. And all they're going to be doing is teaching. Teaching. What does the E stand for? Energetic, enthusiastic. People want to talk to people who are excited, who are upbeat, who are energetic, who are enthusiastic, who are full of life, right? Find you some of those people who are like the life of the party, who got a lot of energy. They walk in the room, everybody, they light up, or people know who they are. Energetic, enthusiastic, right? People full of energy. And what does the A stand for? Can anybody tell me what does the A stand for? Ambitious. You want people who are super ambitious, because people who are ambitious, they got drive. You ain't got to push them. Or if you push them, they're not complaining. Push me, keep pushing me. I'm super ambitious. And then M, money driven. Money driven. They're motivated on money. I said it when I first started this business, show me the money. Show me the money. And I'm going after it. That's why my brand is all about stacking coins. Money driven. Find people who are motivated, they're hungry, they're ambitious, they're in sales. People who are into sales are money driven. We like to see that commission, right? Stay in the right market. You want to know who to talk to? Go look for some salespeople. The next time you go to your favorite shoe store or your favorite wherever you shop, talk to that salesperson. Hey, you want to make some extra money? I know you're great with sales. I see how you interact with your customer. Recruit the salesperson. Your kids, recruit your kids' teachers. Start going to, I don't have kids. I'm giving you guys an example. You guys that have kids, be involved in your parent, teachers, whatever the school has. Make friends with the teachers, recruit the teachers, show them this opportunity. No teacher's really going to say, oh no, I don't want to teach. You don't want to teach? You're teaching already, right? Number 10, policy delivery. When you do those, always ask for referrals. Every policy I close and deliver, hey, this is a great stuff. Wouldn't you want your friends to have this? Hey, you can't be the only rich friends, right? You don't want to be the only rich one. Give me some names. Let me talk to your best friend. Let me talk to your girlfriend. Let me talk to your boyfriend. Ask for people, right? You do not want to be the only rich person in your family, or you don't want to be the only rich friend, because guess what? When y'all go out, they're going to look to you to pay the bills. So always ask for referrals. Number 11, do trial app. And stores or people who sell stuff like, I don't know, fashion or whatever. I know there's a lot of my friends that are into boutique fashion on their website all say buy now, pay later, because they get in the sale. Buy now, pay later. So to us, that's trial app. That's a trial app. We don't take no money right now. Let's see if the company is going to approve you first, which is going to take about 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes longer. Might take more than 4 weeks, depending on what they see during underwriting or the questions they keep coming up with. Do trial apps. Number 12, revisit past clients. If you don't have a lot of clients right now, it's easy. But once you start getting like thousands of clients like me, it's so hard to revisit past client. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, right? But this is a good tactic. Revisit past client. Do annual reviews. Is Delnique on? I don't think she is. Delnique and I, we did an annual review for one of her girlfriend that lives in PA. And in the annual review, we're getting her to put more money. We're getting her to open accounts for her son. And we're also getting her to do an Everest that we're closing this week. Delnique is working on wrapping that up this week before we submit it on Friday, right? That is from past clients, annual review. Go back to your existing clients and see what they have and what they need to have now. Because guess what? If they're making more money, we want them to put more money in their IUL. Maybe they're making more money, or maybe they're not making more money. Maybe they bought a house. Maybe now they got a baby. I don't know. Maybe they need an Everest. Maybe they need something else, right? Go back and check in. And worst case scenario, you checking in with them, staying at the top of their mind, and go for some referrals. 13, spouse and family. Did we help everyone in our family, close and distant? Close and distant. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, don't cry if your family don't support you. Because as much as I'm great in this business, it took a long time for my family to come around. Now they're calling me. The only person I helped in the beginning, and not even by them saying, yes, I want something, is me taking the initiative and saying, you got to have this. And that was my immediate family. That was my siblings and their kids. Everybody else, my cousins, my auntie, they ain't got no time with me. Now they're calling me. They're calling me now, right? So protect your own. Make sure everybody's good in your immediate circle, or at least attempt, because you don't want, God forbid, a loved one pass away and they said, well, wait a minute, I didn't know you sell life insurance. I didn't know you could help us. You did that, and you didn't even tell us this is what you do. Or you yourself are going to feel bad knowing that you woulda, shoulda, coulda if you had approached that person. Start with your own. Another way that we can increase: grand opening, business overview, financial overview, which you all know we do a lot of those. I mean, tomorrow we have a workshop, right? Every Thursday. It ends tomorrow, but it doesn't end there, because we have a lot of stuff in January and beyond, right? Do more one-on-one. If you just started with us, do a grand opening. Have you done a grand opening? Do a grand opening, because most of us are not coming from a financial background. So now we got to brand ourselves with this. Number 15, write good policies. And what do I mean by good policies? Well, are you running good illustration? Are you doing a dime? Are you doing a PFS and F&A? Right? Are you doing good underwriting, good field underwriting? Are you asking the right questions? Because if you don't and you submit it, Transamerica could come back, or whichever company could come back with a lot of questions. A lot of questions. And that's just going to further delay the whole application process. So do your due diligence. Run the illustration. Make sure that everything is suitable. Be proactive during the underwriting process. Don't just submit an application and then you don't look back. No. You got to stay in touch with the client and the company all the way until it is done. And what do I mean by done? You got paid, the client got what they wanted. You got paid, the client got what they wanted. Case is closed. Yeah. Because if not, it stays longer in the pipeline. And human nature, people may say, you know what, I don't want it, forget it. Or with all the unnecessary questions that we have to keep going back to them, they may get frustrated and don't want it. 16, the crusade. Can you articulate the crusade? Can you sell our story? If you don't have stories right now because you're brand new in this business, this is why you want to keep attending training. Use other people's stories. Use other people's life cases. So last week on Saturday training, I think it was one of the ladies, they talked about helping roll over Kim. They talked about rolling over almost 200,000 or 190, right? From wherever the client had their money into FIA. Use other people's examples, use other people's stories, right? I used to do this a lot in the beginning. I would post my commission. And every time I post my commission, I would have people in my inbox asking me, what do you do? What's that I see you just post for $1 million? What's that I just saw you post a 15-year-old? I would post stuff, right? 17, call more people, prospect more people, do your email blast, do your text blast. A lot of us already know people, but do they know what we're doing now? Right? You got to always be talking to people. We get paid to talk. Number 18, promote all day, every day. Closed mouth don't get fed. If they don't know what you do, they can't buy from you. If they don't know what you do, they can't come to you. So tonight, right? one of Ken's friend, we helped him, and he referred us to his coworker, and the coworker who I helped a long time ago called me tonight to say, hey, I want to do something for my mom and my dad. My mom is 70 and my dad is 69. They're just a year apart. He's like, I want to get them something. Are they too old? Can I get them something? I was like, yeah, they're under 85. They still good. Well, it ran some Everest numbers for them. He's going to talk to his sibling because it's the two of them going to pay for the Everest. Closed mouth don't get fed, right? 19. Oh, this is something we're going to be doing a lot. Set up weekly phone blitz or phone zone. We used to do this a lot in the Bronx. Before we went virtual, we would go to the office and maybe like an hour or two, just everybody take out their list and start calling. And if you follow Grant Cardone, he also does phone blitz. I love doing phone blitz. It builds momentum. People are excited. They're motivated. They're calling people. It's awesome. And because we're all in our home working on a Zoom, it builds synergy. It creates excitement. It gets the momentum going. So we're going to do a couple of those in next year. 20, hustle your business like you broke, right? Hustle your business every day like you broke. Because I always say, I'd rather be tired and rich than well-rested and broke. So guess what? I'm going to hustle like I'm broke. Bonus, y'all going to hear this all the time. Not from me only, but pretty much from Johnny and everybody down. Log on with your trainer. Whoever your trainer is that you're working with, lock on with them and learn as much as you can, because the goal is you want to go independent. You want to go solo at some point, because the more people go independent is better. I only have 8 hours in a day. I want like 20 other Odettas, right? So Saturday trainings, I'm telling you guys, do not miss training. Saturday training is your product. You want to learn the product? Saturdays is the training you need to be on. Tuesday is the business. Saturday is the product. All day, every day, these are our flagship products. These are the main products you need to master. IUL with living benefits, term with living benefits, of course, good old Everest, right? We packaged out with everything, because if you got a bank account, you need an Everest, period. I ain't doing no long talking there, right? You got a bank account, you need an Everest. I don't care if you only got $1 in a bank account. You got a bank account, you need an Everest. $1 million baby, right? You got kids, you need an IUL. So when your child is 25, 30, whatever, they got money waiting on them. Money waiting on them. How many of us today wished that when we turned 25 or 30, our parents had said, you know what, girl, I got $100,000 sitting somewhere in this account for you, and I'm going to give it to you, and you could put some money on a house, start a business, pay off for school. It's your money. I've been saving for you since you were born. I got $100,000 for you, girl, right? What would that have done to us if our parents had set aside money from birth, and now you're 25, you graduate from college, and you're thinking, okay, I got to go get a job, and I'm going to start my life. And here goes your mom or your dad saying, Brian, I got $100,000 for you. I have this money in this account. It's been saving. Not only the $100,000, but you got $1 million of life insurance. So if your health failed along the way in the future, you already protected. Like that right there is crazy. You saving for your kids, so when they get to a certain age, not only that they have money, but their net worth is also higher because they have life insurance. Like how many 21-year-old have $1 million net worth? $1 million baby. Every kid born in my family, I don't call them, they call me. My cousin just got another baby, she called me. January, I'm signing up with no other newborn girl that just born like 3 months in August. They called me because guess what? $1 million baby, the next generation has to be better than us. And then of course, FIA, fixed index annuity, you got to master those. So when someone starts with us before they're licensed, this is the goal. Hurry and get your license in less than 30 days. But while you're doing that, you want to do your 117, which is going to equate to 3330 and get promoted, right? So now you're an associate. And this brings you unlimited unknown market. So you're not going to have a problem finding people because each one of these people that you recruit, they got to do their 3330. So they're bringing you more people. Once you become licensed, the first thing you want to do is become a net license. Make your first $1,000. Whatever you just invested in this business, make your first $1,000 so you could say, you know what? I already earned my keep. I made my money back. From here on, straight profit. And then for some of us that are ambitious and we want to move up, system trainer, right? So if you come into this business, you could either be a salesperson or you could build a team. If you're going to be building a team, right? These are the focus and building blocks. If you're a trainer, trainee associate, that is LP, license in 30 days, and do your tree because you're building. If you do your tree, now you're an associate. As an associate, tree recruits 10,000 points and 1 license because you're building, right? This is going to run you into a marketing director. As a marketing director now, you want to do 5 recruits, you and your team, not just you alone, you and your team, and 20K points with 2 licenses because you're building, right? Some of you right now are building. You're in the building mode. And then once you become an SMD, you want to do minimum 10 recruits, again, you and your team, 40K points and 3 licenses. That's for someone who wants to build a business. If you don't want to build a business and you want to be the salesperson or the sales associate or go the sales route, that's okay too. But guess what? The day you don't fish, you don't eat. The day you don't fish, you don't eat. So I want to know when I go to Guyana for a whole month or when I go to Dubai for a whole month, I'm still making money. What about you? That's the difference between building and just selling. I'm a great salesperson. I could sell all day, every day, but I want to build a team. So whether I sell or not, I got a team, right? So if you're going to go the sales route, you ain't got to recruit nobody. So when people say, do I have to recruit? No, you could go the sales route. You could be a salesperson. You don't have to recruit anybody. But keep in mind, if you don't fish, you don't eat. So with this model, how much do you want to make? Just go open some accounts. Help somebody save $350, make $2,000. Help 2 people open 2 accounts, $350 each, make $4,000. You want to make $6,000? Go help 3 people save $350 each. This is pure sales. You don't need to recruit if you don't want to recruit. Want to make $12,000? Go help 6 people save $350. $12,000 a month. How much do you want to make? Pick your focus. So, more families help is more points. And the more points in production is more cash flow. This is how you calculate how much points per cash flow. For example, if you set a goal, a cash flow goal, you want to make $10,000 a month, you take the $10,000, you divide it by your contract level. So if you're an associate, 45%. That's your contract level as an associate. You take that 45% divided by the 10,000, that's going to tell you how much points, 22,000 points, which equates to about 5 apps at $350 savings. If you're marketing director at 62%, that's about 16,000 points, which is about 4 apps or 4 accounts at $350 each. SMD, 80%, that's about 12,000 points, 3 apps at $350. So this is why you want to build a team, because as an SMD, you're doing less work, less points, less application, and you're making 10,000 less work. But it takes a team, right? So what is your goal for January? And what is your goal for 2023 Q1? Do you want to be bronze, silver, gold, system trainer, or SMD? And let me go back so you can see, right? Bronze, silver, gold, or you want to be an MD or trainer. So that's my part for tonight. And all I will tell you guys is 2023, put your license to work. Either you want to build a team, or if you don't want to build a team, use your license and go help more families. Because the goal is for every licensed agent to make money. Isn't that what you came here for? I'm going to turn it over to hopefully back to who do I put it back to?
Me.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Okay, guys. Wasn't Odetta amazing, or wasn't she amazing? That was like a whole bag of potato chips and more. Not the quarter filled, but like the full filled. And so, Odetta, thank you so much for all of that knowledge. That is a lot of wealth and knowledge that can definitely catapult us in 2023. We just have to stay focused. And I want to let you know, no matter how your 2022 went or how it's going, even if it's good, just know 2023 is a new year. It's a new year. It's a new opportunity to build bigger and better, to build wiser, because we've had a whole year of education from amazing leadership, from Vane to Odetta to Rob, Vico, Ruben. We haven't seen Pauline, but I know I'm going to put her to work. I'm giving her fair warning. But these are the things we need to focus on. You know, Odetta, thank you so much for giving us specific focus points, because as long as we can stick to the fundamentals and get really, really good at that, then the future is in our hands. And it's only a matter of time. So just know it's only a matter of time. And so for those of us, you know, and I know, like, I'll be very transparent, right? Sometimes we wonder, do I know anyone? Do I know anyone? Make new friends. Social media is a plethora of new friends. And that's one thing I caught from Jerica. When she did her training on Monday, she said, social media has brought her some of her greatest leaders. Kavehi contacted her on social media. Hey, what are you doing? Tiff contacted her on social media. What are you doing? So don't worry about who you know. Go make friends. Go make friends. Establish a good relationship. Everything else will follow. So with that being said, I have shared my screen. And so starting as of today, right now, whether you're in the East Coast, the Midwest, the South, the West Coast, starting from now today, any app submitted from Everest will count. And so this Everest contest will begin right now, today, all the way through the whole month of January. So one app submitted equals one raffle ticket. And so you need a minimum of 2 apps to be part of this contest. So these raffle tickets, they'll be chosen not by random, but by the amount of raffle tickets people have. So those who have the most raffle tickets, they're going to be in a, you know, in a hat, and someone will be chosen based on the top tickets collected. So anyway, top 3, you're going to get a prize. And so the prize, though, you have to attend next Tuesday's training, first training of 2023. We're going to launch with Everest training. So we have a lot of great things in store. I want to thank all of our leadership, because the leaders, we all get together outside of these trainings. We get together, we actually learn about leadership. We also plan out for the week and for the months ahead. So we have everything planned all the way through February. And so beginning as of 2023 on Tuesdays, you're going to get system builder training. You're going to get product training. And so every week is going to be a specific product and training. We're going to launch with Everest first, because everyone needs an Everest. None of us are going to make it out alive. So we might as well be prepared. Make sure our family can grieve properly. And like Odetta said, her mom is just going to be crying for a little bit, and she's going to go on a vacation or cruise. And so for me, my family, they're going to go, I'm going to send them all out somewhere on a tropical island, and they will remember me by all the fun that they had. No one will be sad that I left. Everybody will be happy that I was alive and I was part of their life. And you know what? Just like the Rockefellers, I'm going to leave them opportunity. I'm not going to give them all the money. I'm going to give them opportunity, because they have to write something like an application as to why they need the money they need for the opportunity that they want. And they're going to use our family trust and bank to do so. No one is ever going to go to a Bank of America, Wells Fargo. You guys already know Wells Fargo got sued. They're paying billions for mistreating their customers. My family will not have that problem. The only problem they will have is, what kind of opportunity am I going to have? And what is my passion in my life? No one's going to ever have to wonder where will they live, because we will be buying land. And I said it, and it will happen, because God gave me those thoughts in my head. He gave me those dreams to vision. And so I want you guys to, spend some time, yes, hustle, close out the year strong. Hustle, close out the year strong. But you know what? Take some alone time to evaluate who you are, what you want from your life, what you don't want in your life. What are the things that are holding you back? Because that's what you have to cut off. And so I want to first let you guys know this Everest contest begins as of today. Every application equates to 1 ticket. And you guys know when you split it, it's a half. And so minimum 2 apps to be part of this contest. David Yu will be he'll be a guest trainer, and he will give us more details. But it is October, November, December, January. So next month, let's rock and roll, because if you're a newly promoted SMD, marketing director, system trainer, if you've done 2 recruits, 10,000 points for 2 months, then you are part of this race to the finish line, where you'll be invited to an exclusive dinner. You will have access to Disneyland. You get to ride a ride when everything else is already closed. It's VIP status, and you want to make sure you're there. You want to make sure you're part of all of the small trainings, because that's where all the nuggets, that's where all the greatest nuggets are shared. And so here, Congratulations, Odetta and Ken. Robert and I, we're right behind you. Usha's right there too. I want all of you guys, no matter where you are, focus on it. Focus on it, because convention is in February. And the way that I know, Johnny, you keep your head down, very focused, and keep going, because I'm pretty sure even people who hit system trainer in February will eventually get, they will be acknowledged. And so then this coming Thursday is our last of the financial literacy education trainings. It is so cute because Sarah made the cutest video. Odetta made a comment on it, but she made the cutest video. And so she is our last of our trainers this Thursday. It is also in Spanish. And so make sure you register yourself, but you register everyone else that you know. Now, calling all professionals, no matter what kind of professional you know or who you, even if it is yourself, register for this one. Odetta, I'm not sure if you have the link for it, but
I'll post it.
Okay. And I'm gonna stop this recording. Anyway, calling all professionals. If you know anyone who is a professional, whether they're a firefighter, a police officer, an accountant, a doctor, a nurse, anyone, share this link with them. We are inviting everyone of different fields of profession to share with them this great opportunity. And so one of my best friends, she's a nurse, and she said, I work a lot, Vern. I work a lot, I make a lot, but I pay a lot in taxes. And that is a problem of some people, where they make so much money, they have money issues too. And so then the future is female. It's still January 14th. It's going to be a Zoom registration. So I'm excited for this one because it's going to be jam-packed with female leaders in our organization. Then not only that, on February 4, we have the Black Financial Professional Alliance. It is going to be in the Valley, led by Dr. Danielle, her husband, and all of our Black leaders, Danya, Carol, Mama Hart, Melanie Stubbs, you name it, they're all going to be there. And guess what? I feel like Usha. Guess what, guys? They are going to launch something super amazing. And I don't want to get too much into it, but don't miss it. If you are in the local area, make sure you support our team and be in attendance. Odetta, do you want to do this one?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so guys, for go back to the one before the California one. If you have friends that lives in California, I mean, in this area, or family, I know I have my cousin, I got to remind to contact her and send her the link. Get your people out there, think of people that you have in Cali and get them involved. That's all I will say, because it's like, if we don't, like, where they're gonna hear this information. And for New York, y'all already know we bringing it with the heat. So the East Coast teams, which is myself, Michelle, Pierre, Aaron, Chantel, Angel, we're gonna have our own Super Saturday. It's gonna be mark the date or save the date. April the 2nd, it is a Sunday, and we strategically pick a Sunday because we know people they're busy during the week. Saturday, they got errands to run. Sunday is a more chill day. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is a full-on mini local convention. And in fact, we're going to be running these all of 2023 every quarter. This is an opportunity for us to grow the East Coast community, grow the East Coast market, because there's really no excuse. We got to dominate the East Coast. So save the date, and you guys will be hearing more about this in January, which is in a couple of days. You'll have the link, and just start, let's get 100 people pack this venue. It's going to be, like I said, a mini convention. So anybody in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, PA, the local area, they can easily just drive down for this. So this is going to be major. I think that's